I honestly wasn't even going to fucking record today. But I remembered that's exactly what this energy wants me to do. The message that I'm about to drop was originally going to be a members only message. But the gravity of this message, Spirit told me to go ahead and make this a public message. So when I was guided to do so, right after I got this download, this information, this message, that's when a whole bunch of bullshit popped off. So that let me know right there that this shit right here, nigga, is some very, very important, detrimental shit that I am meant to deliver. And that's why the energy was on some bullshit trying to get me not to record this shit today. But guess what? I need motherfuckers to know, no matter what the fuck you try to do to me, no matter who the fuck you try to send to me, you cannot fucking stop me from doing what the fuck I gotta do. You cannot stop me from doing what I was put here to do. I don't give a fuck who you send, what you do. It just makes me go harder, motherfuckers. So let's get into this download, into this message, because what Spirit has told me, this shit goes against science. This shit literally goes against the fundamentals of science. But Spirit gave me all the shit I need to back that shit up too. So, the firmament. Everybody talks about the firmament, like this dome that's over the earth, right? In the Bible, it talks about how the firmament separates the heavens above from the heavens below, or whatever the fuck it says. Okay, so yeah, the firmament is time. Did you hear me? The firmament is time. I know, you're like, what? How does that, what? Let me explain. So at 10:32 a.m. yesterday is when I got this download. And I heard Spirit say to me, time is the firmament. The firmament is time. And I was like, explain. So this is what Spirit told me. The firmament is time contained just like in an hourglass. So the same way that time is contained in this hourglass, the sand represents time. Each grain of sand that falls through the hourglass is a moment of time. So the firmament would be the glass surrounding the sand in the hourglass. The firmament is containing time because the firmament is time. Are you confused? I'm sure you are. Let me continue. So I recently saw a timeline shift. Usually I feel timeline shifts. Recently I saw a timeline shift. Now, when I seen the timeline shift, it looked iridescent. It almost looked like colorful static. And it started in one spot in my vision, in my eyes. And it started to grow larger and larger. And again, it looked like colorful static. And at first I was like, what is this? What's going on in my eye? So I closed one eye and it was in the left eye. And I'm like, okay. So then I opened my right eye and I closed my left eye and I still saw it in my right eye. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this shit in both of my eyes. What the fuck is going on? So I closed both of my eyes and I still saw it in my mind's eye. And I'm like, okay, what am I seeing? It took about 20 minutes. But it went from being a tiny little spot in my vision to being like almost all of my vision. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I was basically seeing the firmament. I was seeing the timeline shift. I was seeing the firmament move. Let me explain. So if you don't know, if you've never heard me say this before, I have no concept of time. The more I ascend, the deeper I get into my spiritual journey, I lose the concept of time. I do not know how to differentiate 2 years from 5 years from 10 years. It all feels like the same fucking year. I do not know the difference between yesterday and 2 weeks ago. It all feels like yesterday. Okay? I do not have any concept of time. The deeper I go into my journey and the higher I ascend, I lose the concept of time. Okay? So, time can be bent or warped by gravity. That's what science has taught us, that time can be bent or warped by gravity, by massive objects. So planets, etc., so on and so forth, can bend time, which creates gravity, electromagnetism, all these other things, okay? So, this literally, the gravity warping time, or time being gravity being warped, literally just distorts the four-dimensional fabric of space-time, which causes time to run slower, or time dilation. But that's not true. That's what science says, but that's not true. Time doesn't ever slow down. Time never slows down, okay? Time doesn't even exist. But let me continue. So in the Bible, the firmament expanse is the expanse that separates the waters above from the waters below, okay? So basically the God above from the God below, or the God within us. The firmament separates God, divine God, from us, okay? So separating space-time from the earth-time is also what the firmament suggests. The firmament separates space-time from earth-time, okay? So if time doesn't exist and time is an illusion, then so is the firmament. Therefore, the only thing separating us from God, above, divine God, is the illusion of time, which is the firmament. Okay? So, an hour later, Spirit also told me this. And this is what really fucked me up. This is what Spirit told me, that time is a force. A force. Let me explain, because this further goes along with time being the firmament. So, science states that time is not a force, but it is affected by forces like gravity. Time is considered the stage, okay? So, for example, Earth would be the time period, the stage, okay? And then the force of gravity acts on time and on the earth, okay? But that's not true. This is what God told me. This is what Spirit told me. Spirit told me that time is a force. Science says that time is not a force. Spirit, God said time is a force. Science states that time is the stage or dimension where action takes place, whereas a force is an action that takes place on that stage. Does that make sense? Let me read it again for you. Science states that time is the stage or dimension where action takes place, i.e. Earth, okay? Whereas force is an action that takes place on that stage, i.e. gravity, okay? But time being a stage, what science says, time being the stage would mean Earth is the time, is the dimension, okay? And gravity would be a force within it. But dimensions are not time. Dimensions are not time. Dimensions are consciousnesses. Dimensions are consciousness. So Earth is a consciousness, not a time, not a dimension, okay? So time being a force like God told me it is would mean that Earth is the dimension and time would be the force on that dimension containing the dimension, like gravity or electromagnetism. So, like I said, this further supports the theory of the firmament being time, because if Earth is the dimension and dimension is not time, that means Earth is just here and time, the firmament, is a force containing Earth. I know, right? Really quickly, let me thank my returning subscribers for coming back and fucking with your girl. Thank you for all your beautiful likes, shares, comments, subscribes, love, support, tips, donations, bookings, encouragement, compliments, all the fucking things, memberships, all that. I love you so very fucking much. And you know this, man, because if I didn't, I wouldn't keep doing this shit every day. If this is your first time ever fucking seeing me, I mean, yeah. What you're seeing is real. My name is Jocelyn. But when you are here, you are family. So you're more than welcome to call me Jocey. I am Enid the Goat. And as long as you are here and you keep coming back, I will continue to keep showing you why I am the motherfucking goat. Stop playing with me. If you'd ever like to book a reading with me, down below you'll find my Set More link in the description box. That'll take you to my booking page where you can look at every service I offer and choose your weapon. And if you are ever guided to tip or donate to me and this channel, that's my Cashapp, PayPal, and Venmo information are also down below in the description box for your convenience. And I do thank you in advance. And I declare and decree that anything you are ever guided to send to me returns back to you 100-fold. Ashe and amen. Memberships. If you'd like to become a member of this channel, that's where I do more readings like this. This deep shit, that's where I do those readings. That's where I do those messages. This one I was only guided to give publicly because Spirit told me to, but most of the time, this kind of shit is for members only, okay? A certain type of person, a certain type of soul, someone mature enough spiritually and open-minded enough to understand and accept and listen to other points of views, ideas, theories, etc. Okay, so if you'd like to become a member of this channel, I would do that. If you into that deep shit and you're not just a superficial person that wants to watch love readings and bullshit all damn day on regular YouTube, okay? Also, until May 20th, if you have been wanting to book a reading with me, but you have not been able to, until the 20th, I'm still doing $10 readings, the 10 by 10 by 20 sale. So $10 for 10 minutes until the 20th. So if you are interested in that, go down below to the description box. Click that 10 by 10 by 20 link. It'll take you to my booking page where you can book your reading. Get on it while you can, because my readings are never that cheap, okay? Never that cheap. But let's continue. So, the firmament contains the earth dimension. Time contains, life on earth. Okay, so the firmament contains the earth dimension, and time contains life on earth. And when I mean contain, I mean traps. Hold it there, okay? Let me explain. So, it's time is a structure or a force that controls action on earth. That's why there's clocks everywhere. That's why everything runs on time on earth. That's why the time only exists on earth. It's a force that contains life on earth. So this is why time was created. It was literally created to control and contain our consciousnesses. Do you hear me? Time was created to control our consciousnesses, to create a separation from the divine God and ourselves, to create the firmament. Because again, the firmament is time, okay? So this is why, when I talked about me having no concept of time, this is why I have no concept of time. The deeper I go, like I said, into my spiritual journey, the more I ascend, I lose the concept of time, because the firmament is dissolving. The firmament is moving. The firmament is disappearing. That's why when I saw the timeline shift, I saw the iridescent, multicolored static. I saw the firmament moving out of the fucking way. Therefore, there is now no separation between me and divine God. There's no time. The firmament is gone. Time is gone. That's why I have no concept of time. That's why I'm so connected to God, Spirit, Universe, Divine, whatever you want to call them, because the firmament is gone. It's dissolved. It's been moved. Okay? My consciousness is no longer contained by time. My consciousness is no longer contained by the firmament. That's just literally it. That's the message. The firmament is time, and time is a force, contrary to what science has taught us. Because, of course, they don't want us to know that. Because if we knew that time was the force containing and controlling life on this dimension, in this dimension, we'd stop paying attention to the time. When we stop paying attention to the time, the firmament disappears. When the firmament disappears, there is now no separation between divine God and the God within us. Divine God and us. And this is the type of shit they don't want you to fucking know. And this is the reason why they send motherfuckers to try to stop me. This is the reason why they try to hide my fucking videos. Because I know shit. That's all I have for you guys. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.